Look at my bee juice, Dewey.
Bee juice. Not a sponsor.
Hey, can I get some of that?
When I get more, I'll totally send you some.
Cool.
This is literally all I have now. I had 6 jars. I had 6 small jars, and I sold them all in like the first day, basically.
Oh, you actually sell them?
It was just a friend's though.
Cool.
I mean, I sell them, but Jordan takes them to her shop, and if people want them, I mean, I sell them because I still have to buy the mason jar and do all the work and stuff. But if you just want a jar, I'll just send you a jar. Like, you don't have to worry about that.
I'll pay for shipping
What
at
the
least.
heck,
Get your pit out of
This is
here.
annoying the crap out of me. Do you see
Hey,
my shoulder?
hey.
Do you
Take it
see my
easy.
shoulder?
I'm not smelling that. No.
Do you not?
What's wrong with your
do you not-
shoulder?
Do you not
Is
see
it
the
small?
green
You
screen?
should work out more, dude. I don't know what the problem is.
S through it.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. What even S? Is it the scarlet letter?
oh,
Are you
of course. I know what it is. It's that. The light is so
Oh.
bright, it's burning through me.
Yeah, your tile panels. Yeah,
Dude, I forget
you're that
Hey,
skinny,
hey,
man.
hey.
You need to eat
I
more.
totally thought that you had the chroma key on accident. I forget that that's not your room.
Yeah, it looks legit, doesn't it?
It's totally legit.
Yeah, he actually streams outside behind a dumpster.
Yeah, I'm using
He's
the
still
community
Starbucks Wi-Fi.
computer right now. No worries.
They got a hell of a webcam though.
It's actually a satellite feed from outer space.
This is a crappy, rundown place, but it's got the nicest little audio setup with a webcam and just a cardboard box keeping it from getting rained on. I still haven't looked at the topics for today,
Hey, I
so
need
if
to do
anyone
that
wants
too.
to smack us with one, yeah, I forgot about
All
it.
right.
already.
I could start out with the story about my wife.
Oh yeah. Doey's been saying he has a story about his wife for a while, so I need to hear this, even if it's not amazing. I still want to hear it.
It's short and just dumb, but I have to keep track of these things that she does
You
and
have
share
to
them with the
keep
world.
track.
Yeah, she
That's
does
fair.
lots of funny things. Like it's all like really nice things that like shows that she cares, or like smart things, but just something that I would never ever do. So I got home. So I just moved the salon out of my house. So I used to be here like all the time. She never had any alone time. Pretty much like I was always here when she was here. So recently I moved the salon out, and she's just like, she has alone time every now and then because of it. And so she doesn't really know what to do with her free time. So I got home the other night, and we got pistachios that were in shells. And I got home, and she's just like, I de-shelled all the pistachios for you. Like, I'm like, why did you do that though? And she's just like, because, well, I was eating them, so I would eat one and then de-shell one. I was like, but it
That is.
doesn't take
That's
that
adorable.
much time to just open it and eat it. Like,
Oh, that's
it was just so funny that she
That's
was
so
all just
funny.
like excited to tell me that she de-shelled.
it's like that took the fun out of it though.
Hey,
I
she
s-
saved you like $6
That's
buying them
true.
de-shelled pistachios. They're
That's true.
expensive.
100%.
Mhm.
That's yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so it was funny. I just like, it's
I
great.
agree with
She's just so nice.
I agree with Slack though. That's cute. That's pretty dang cute.
Yeah, dude, she's so great.
That's
I
funny.
occasionally, I guess for me, my one thing is I occasionally get little notes left at random places. Hang on, I think I've got one laying over here somewhere. I had it hanging up, but it fell down. Oh, here it is. I got this one before I started streaming the other day. I don't know if you can read it or not. There you go. It's probably backwards.
Oh, she's so
But
nice.
I get those. I get
Aw.
those occasionally.
No.
That's great.
See, I'll leave those around a little bit, and then I'll also leave like obnoxious voicemails where I'm just like screaming her name.
That's kind of sweet too in its own way.
Yeah.
I guess depends on who you ask. I would personally find that annoying. So I don't know why I do it to her then.
Oh
but
yeah, you
that's
got to
the way
do
it works,
stuff
I
you
guess.
find annoying to your significant other. If you didn't, what would you be?
Yeah. Not very
I guess
significant.
that's fair.
Oh jeez, that's hilarious. All right. So I guess I have one. We'll go off the other side of that now. So do you have any weird pet peeves or anything like that? Whether it's like someone's smacking near you, like eating with their mouth open. I know that's a lot of people's, but just in general, any pet peeves, any weird things like that, that go along with it. Whether it's something your significant other does or something you can't stand. Um, yeah.
AS. Wait,
Hmm?
can you guys hear? Oh, thought my mic just went out.
No, you're good.
Um,
It hasn't happened
We're
yet.
all a little paranoid. You got to
It's
get
too
to
early.
like the 25-minute mark where we're
That's what it
almost
was.
there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's too
near the
early.
end. It'll happen.
ASMR. That's mine. Hate
You don't
it.
like that?
It's the worst thing ever.
Is it a specific
Pretty much
ASMR or is it just
Any
any?
ASMR, but this one specifically is the worst.
Oh,
Don't you guys hate that?
That's funny because no, that's totally that's fair.
Awful.
Honestly, when Zeus was saying he was smacking their lips, I was really tempted to just be like,
right.
Well, there
Right.
you go. Covered that part.
So I don't really have a pet peeve
trying to
against
think.
anybody in particular that anybody does, but like I have a weird little like I guess it'd be a sensory disorder where like I can't stand the texture of cardboard, like my hand rubbing down it, like that texture, like sound, it's almost like nails on a chartboard to me. It'll make me get chills and everything.
Cardboard, huh?
Yeah, words. They're hard,
chartboard?
okay.
charted all over it, man.
Oh,
No, I know what you mean. I get it though. Cardboard is kind of a weird texture. I don't have that kind of reaction from it, but I do know what you mean. It is an odd texture. It's almost
yeah.
like sandy
No, I
too.
just
It's
that's
weird.
mine.
My I would say my biggest one, and Zeus, this applies to you because you're bad for it too.
I know what it is. I know
won't
what it is.
say that I don't do it. I know you know what it is. It's whenever I start talking about something, and it's Zeus, Jordan's real bad at this too. My lady, they'll just start talking. Like I'll be like, yeah. So anyway, and then someone will just pop in like Zeus's head, and he'll be like, oh, so the other day, my lady, blah blah blah. I'm just like,
No, it's-
okay. And I'll just let them go on with their fucking topic then, because
must be one
apparently
part
it's
of
not
it.
my
So-
turn.
I don't know. So for me
Yeah.
on that, part of the reason I do it, and I think a lot of people have this issue, but for me, if I don't at least like say one word of it right then so that the other person can help me remember it, I'll forget it 2 seconds later and I won't get to tell my
Oh.
exciting point or add on to it. And so at least if I say a word of it and I let them finish, they'll be like, now what were you saying? And then it'll trigger me to remember.
See, instead, I have super short-term memory. So instead, I get stuck on what the hell you started talking about, and then I just get
So it's
mad.
just a bad mix.
And I'm like, okay, I forget what I was gonna say now, and now I'm already hooked on like you were so adamant about saying something, and then it's just like someone farted out a grape at his house or something, and I'm just like, okay, thanks.
Of course. Well, I'm glad I made your list. That makes me feel better.
I mean, I'm just poking at you, but Jordan's bad for that
Oh.
one too. She knows it. That's my big one, but I feel like that's not an
I'm
unreasonable
guilty as
one
charged.
to be like
Yeah.
I'll
annoyed
just be
about.
quiet.
Yeah. I don't like. I feel like your one topic on here, Zeus, is pointed at me, and I don't like
Which
it.
one?
Have you
Oh
ever been
no,
in a
I
life
thought
and
of one
death
that I completely
situation?
forgot about. I don't know how the hell I forgot about it. You want to hear it? I'll go
Oh.
with it.
About mine or yours?
Both. I mean,
What?
mine or yours. If you don't, you might not. You might remember mine. I feel like I've told you. Has to do with trees.
Maybe. Honestly, you probably told me, but my dumbass
All right.
probably forgot.
So I
Trees?
do have my life or death situation. So we went to a animal park. Yeah, right.
His kind
On a
shunned him.
tree, 6'8".
Wait, what's your? Oh.
So
Got it.
So we went to a animal park. It's a small zoo is why I call it animal park. Well, they do a tractor hayride through the side of the park that has like all the zebras and different animals like that in it. And so you go and you loop around and you're coming around once you get on, they loop around the outside, and there's a crankbait that they follow. So they're following it along, and they pause so that the like buffalo and zebra can come up to you. Well, we're sitting there, and this my wife and I at the time, I think had only been together like 3 months, and we're sitting right beside each other. We're up near where like there's the tractor here, there's a carriage, and then a carriage. So there's the bolt in between. So we're sitting right there, and he stops for him to come up. All of a sudden, we're sitting there, the wind starts blowing, and we hear a loud creaking, or I do, and I look at the dude next to me, and we just give each other like the oh shit look. And like we heard the same thing. We both jump up, and I'm like, let's go. And I grabbed her and yanked her, and I took off and jumped off the tractor. She jumped off right behind me. I turned, but she had already hit the ground. I had a scratched up back. She had a dislocated hip, but a tree fell, and right where I was sitting, I've got a picture of it. There's a V from the metal bar from where I was sitting because the tree fell and hit
Dang.
it. It broke like it broke a kid's leg. It gave several people concussion. Like nobody died, luckily, but like looking back on that, that was
Whoa.
near death. Where I was sitting, a metal bar was bent, and like I said, I heard that crackling from somewhere. And so for the longest time, my wife and I, like when we hear the wind blow if we're outside and you hear like the trees cracking, like we like look around still, like are we close enough that one could reach us? But yeah, that was mine, and that was 3 months together, and
Wow.
I had scratches down my back, and I'm not sure if it's from because when I landed, I don't think I rolled or anything. I honestly think it was the limbs catching me as I fell. Like that's how close it was. Yeah.
Whoa.
It
That's
was
wild.
insane.
That's
We get
wild.
free passes to the park now, and the park no longer does tractor rides. Yeah.
Dang.
There's not a tree in sight for anything anymore. I bet there
No
either. They just
kidding.
hack them
Yep.
all
But yeah,
down.
that's my crazy life or death.
Joey, do you have any life death experiences that you
I've
care
been
to
trying to
share?
think of one for myself, but I have one for my dad. That's like
Okay.
actually I've got a few for my dad, but I have one that's like especially good. My dad's lived like a crazy life. I could have like a whole podcast about his life, but um so let's see. I'm gonna go with the one. So he got buried alive, literally, when he was doing construction. They were digging these like huge trenches for houses, I guess, for basements or whatever. So it's like 12 feet, and he was down in it doing something, and all of a sudden, all the dirt just caves in on him. So he's under like at least not 12 feet of dirt, but probably like 7-8 feet. And he was under there for literally 30 minutes before somebody found him. So he was like, he should have been dead.
What?
So how
Yeah.
the hell do you survive?
He just
I
had
don't know.
enough air or oxygen, I guess, to make it.
Yeah, it's something. So somebody from his past, like it's a religious person that he was really close with. I can't remember what it was, but he remembered something that he told him when he was young that helped him to like relax, and
What?
he says that's why he's alive still.
It's like that whole quicksand thing. Just
Yeah,
don't panic
same
or
kind of thing.
whatever.
Because if he would have like
Yeah,
tried to wiggle
yeah.
and get out, it just kept crushing him more and
Yeah,
more.
it would've
That's
just crushed.
crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I
yeah,
I have
crazy.
crazy stories about my dad too that I've heard. I feel like that's just a thing. But Mac, what's your life or death? Do you want to share?
Okay. Sure, I'll share mine. First, I'll state that my dad sucks and he doesn't have any cool stories. Or at least I don't know any. He just sits on a couch. He doesn't fucking do anything. I don't talk to him anyway, but my life and death story is the only one that I can remember, and part of why I always make like piss poor memory jokes about myself and stuff. Back when I was like 11, I decided to be super cool, and my sister had a couple of her like old girlfriends over. My sister's a couple years older than me, so if I was 11, she was probably like 14 or 15, and she had some of her little girlfriends over and whatnot. And I thought I'd show off and be super cool. So I grew up on a farm, and my parents had like 4 horses. I decided to get on a horse bareback as a little fucking 11-year-old, and when I got on it, the horse just took off. So what I decided, or my sister, I heard her like yelling from behind as this horse was like taking off full speed with me on its back. I heard my sister yelling out, just roll off, just roll off. So I just rolled off the side, and that's all I remember. And then about 11, 12 days later, I woke up in the hospital. I fractured my skull. I had permanent brain damage and was in a coma for 9 days.
9.
So,
Jeez.
yeah. It took me about a year and a half to recover from that for the first, like, 6... I don't know if it was 6 months. I'm kind of, like, just rounding up numbers because I honestly don't remember. But it was, like, the first few months I couldn't really walk. So I had to, like, crawl around at home and stuff because I just couldn't walk. If I hit my head again, I was pretty much screwed. I remember feeling the side of my head, and that shit was, like, squishy. So I fractured,
Dude.
I fucked up my skull and stuff. It was messed up. Yeah,
Do you feel like that's what made you become the man you are today, though?
That's why I'm so fucking cool. No, I always make the joke, even though I feel like I'm getting dumber as I get older. When I was younger, and maybe I'm just less arrogant. I don't know, but I'm still pretty arrogant. Regardless, when I was younger, I used to say I'd be like Stephen Hawking if I didn't break my skull. I'd be like smart as all hell. And it annoyed me that people are dumb because I have brain damage, so you can't be that dumb if you don't have any problems wrong with you. It's not acceptable.
That's funny.
I'm probably going to be like on a Reddit thread that I'm an asshole now, getting labeled as an asshole for that viewpoint, but I broke my skull, damn it. I was in a coma for a couple days. I feel like I get my one argument.
Dude, that reminds me of a topic that I thought of. You being on the Reddit thread.
Oh yeah.
So I thought about this the other day. If we get canceled for something that we say on this podcast before we have any viewers, like if we say something and it gets us canceled, does that mean that we like made it kind of? Because like if we're big enough because of that one thing that we said to get canceled,
There had to have been enough people to get behind it. So that is true.
Yeah.
Is
it worth it?
Did we blow up and get canceled from that one shitty view that someone said, or did we?
No, that's what I'm asking.
We weren't like blown up prior. Okay.
Yeah, we weren't blown up prior. It was just the one thing that one of us said that we get canceled for.
That blew us up and got canceled for.
Canceled.
I would say yes, in a sense. You had your half a second of fame. It wasn't good, but
yeah. Well, but even like it's not just a half a second though, because
that would go
you're
on.
probably gonna get remembered, and you're always gonna be like kind of that one person that said that really bad
now
thing.
you're
It could be like the Logan Paul scandal a while back where he went into that forest.
But he keeps bouncing back. No one else bounces back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dumbass keeps coming back. I'm gonna get canceled for saying that now. You're not dumb, Logan. You're much smarter than I am. I mean, you're a billionaire probably, but yeah, no, I don't know. Like he's the only one I can think of that like keeps bouncing back from like critical errors. Real. But yeah,
he's legit like the bounce back king.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real. As far as us going, I don't know, because it would kind of depend on if it's gonna reverberate into like our personal.
Yeah.
I'll say our personal brand / into our personal lives.
I'm sure that it would, like, if it was big enough to get us canceled, I'm sure it would.
I don't think I'd want that.
I
don't remember what your original
think it'd be hilarious.
I just don't want
to
that.
be sitting there scrolling through whatever social media you want to, and all of us, and like every other post is just you saying that dumb thing.
I know. That's kind of like, that would kind of be cool, but also like, shoot, I don't want to show my face ever again.
Okay, what was your original
My original question was
then?
just like, if you get canceled, does that mean that we like made it? Like, kind of.
Oh. Yeah, I would say yeah, but I'm gonna can I re-aim your question, Zeus? I'm gonna re-aim it. Would you rather blow up and get canceled, but you have a moment of fame? You don't know if it's gonna fizzle out, and like, sure, you have your controversial people that still have a little bit of like followings and stuff like that after kind of like the huge burst, you have the echo of it or whatever. But would you rather have that, not knowing how it's gonna go, or would you rather just steady, but maybe never blow up?
Maybe never.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that 99% of people are in that
I could die tomorrow, F it, to the moon, and just watch it fall from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'd rather have that, because at least it's like big. As long as it's not.
You went out with a bang.
terrible.
If it's controversial and you got canceled for it, if it reverberates
As long as it
into
didn't
your
come back-
personal life,
As long as it
Would
was
you
like
still
canceled
choose
because
that?
of cancel culture, not because I was being blatantly like ignorant, then
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Because then
yeah.
yeah,
If you're fully at fault, then. But like, you get canceled for a stupid reason because you don't
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
chocolate over vanilla or some shit, and you go outside or you don't like Neapolitan ice cream, and some little kid just runs up and like kicks you
They're
in the
like,
shin, and
"Vanilla
that's what
Yeah,
you
hater."
do
I'm
now.
perfectly
That's just
fine
your
with it.
life. You're constantly getting kicked in the.
I'm constantly
Yeah,
getting
okay,
kicked
well,
in the
I
shin.
mean, Yeah, just this little brat. Just you even moved to another state, and it's the same little kid you think who just keeps coming around the
It's
corner and
always
kicking
the
you in the
same
shin.
one.
I've got plenty of. At
Always
least I
knows
know
your
he's not
name,
gonna
too,
kick any
somehow.
higher
Man,
than
that
the
needs to be
shin,
a
so I'm
movie.
safe.
That's true.
But what if he's around
I'm
and now
6'8",
he's like a
he's
15-year-old
gonna-
kid around the corner?
he's
And he just
gonna
comes
kick
around
me
and
in-
punches
he's
you in
gonna
the
punch
face,
my
and now you're
kneecap.
like 60.
In 30 years, he's like, you've shrunk.
Not
he's-
that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd take
For
the
sure,
15
for sure.
seconds
Just
of fame.
just
Okay,
because
I
it'd be
gotcha.
funny.
So
I would
just say
turn it.
something,
I would
man.
spin it into a meme somehow.
So
Somehow.
that's
Yeah.
fair. I mean, they all become
Right.
memes in one way or
All right.
another. I feel like.
So since
You
we're
get
talking of
canceled, you
memes,
turn into a meme.
what's something like one thing that either it can be a game, it can be a smell, it can be somebody you see, talk to that brings you that crazy
SpongeBob.
nostalgia. SpongeBob, like
I
you
stand
see
by
it
my
and that
answer.
just is like floods you with the nostalgia, like warm feeling.
Yeah. No.
It could be a cartoon even because I
Hmm.
have a few that I could go off of.
Well, I'll be real quick with mine. With my immaculate memory, if you remember about 2 minutes ago
Wait,
when
what
I said
was
I
it
don't
again?
remember shit, that's
Huh?
my story. What?
Who are you talking about?
All right, since he's gone, oh crap, he still has his headset on.
I'm back. Shut up. Don't... yeah, I do. I don't know if I have one really off the top of my head. What about you, Doey? Do you have one that just
Mine's
floods
more
you
a
with
smell.
nostalgia?
So like 15 years ago in the salon, that's when I like started learning how to do hair. My uncle, my crazy uncle, like I haven't even seen him since then. He got a divorce and he joined my sister in her salon and brought his product line over called Bumble and Bumble. There's this pomade called Sumo Tech. It's still like I haven't smelled it for 6 years probably, but that's the thing for me. Like it brings me back to that day when I first tried it. I was just like, this is the best stuff ever.
Yeah, there's always something like that. I feel like somewhere in the timeline, but like for me, it's kind of funny when I hear a certain song or something, it'll like trigger back. Like if it's a throwback, especially like I remember I was probably in like middle school, high school, and it was after a midnight release for a video game. And I remember being up and I was playing a game hoping for a snow day because it's supposed to snow. And I distinctly, it was Gears of War 2, I believe. And I had Pandora playing because Spotify and all that stuff wasn't really running then. And it was, I think it was Katy Perry. I think Firework was on, and if I hear those, I think of the game. I think about that night sitting in my bedroom, looking out the window, waiting on snow, and then remembering that it started snowing, and I was online with all my friends like, "It's snowing. We're not going to school tomorrow." And yeah, that's one of mine.
That's a good one.
So Katy
Like a
Perry
firework.
takes you back.
That's beautiful.
That's cute.
Oh.
You basic bitch.
Like a firework.
I'm kidding. I can think of one. I thought of one and then it left my brain.
All right, Dory.
Like, did it not come back?
Thanks. Sydney Wallaby Way.
It's still
What?
gone?
No, it
Oh,
didn't. It's
dang.
gone. It's still gone. It probably won't come back, to be honest.
Yeah, just
if it comes
interrupt.
back, I'll let you know.
Okay. So
But it's gone
next
for the moment.
topic, it'll
I
just be
will.
like all of a sudden back to that.
Yeah, someone will be in like a heartfelt story, and I'll just be like, "Shit," and I don't know. I don't know what the hell it would be. No, I did honestly have one, and then it totally left my mind. Oh, I have one. It's not that young. I would say it's like teenage years, kind of. But it was the Call of Duty
Yeah.
with Kino der Toten, the theater map. When you activated all the stones in the 911 or
Yeah.
whatever that
Yeah.
song was, 611 or something, that song would play. If I don't hear that song very often, but whenever I like hear it or think of it, like I just think of like playing that on like
Oh
a
yeah.
tube TV. Basically, was what I played it on
Mhm.
and whatnot. So like that whole like little era. I lived down in Florida for that and played with some friends. So like that's a little nostalgic. I had one that I was thinking of from my younger years, but that's the
When I
one that
see
left my brain.
original
I can't
Pokemon
remember.
or Yu-Gi-Oh, I occasionally will think back to like a Saturday morning when I remember waking up and like on the days like we didn't have to mow the yard or do anything outside, that sitting in here watching that and Shaolin Showdown and stuff like that on WBTV. Yeah, that'll throw me back a little bit where I'm like,
Dude,
dang, that was the simple days.
I was at Target the
I
other
mean,
day.
that's fair.
And I was like, I really want to buy a pack of Pokemon cards because I was like, I wonder how it will feel after 20 something years to
My-
just like open, because I haven't
So
done that.
something funny.
Jordan
My wife
collects
and
those,
my
though.
Easter back.
Ju-
My wife
She
and my
collects
Easter
Japanese
basket
ones.
stuck
I
like
have-
5 packs in there for me to
Dude,
open.
that's awesome.
That's
I got a
funny.
few.
Did you
I
get anything
didn't get
good?
anything too crazy. I got a few full hollows. I just don't know where I stuck them at. I got one that's an Ultra Ball. It's a
I
full
need to
hollow.
find mine. I have a bunch of
Nice.
Japanese ones too.
I've traded all mine recently.
Mhm.
Do you? That's the only ones she collects. Occasionally, people will give her like English ones or whatever, and she keeps them, but just not the ones. She's just like trying to fill out the whole like Pokédex and the Japanese
That's
ones
cool.
or whatever. So she like orders the specific ones
Oh,
she wants
that was the
online
other
and
one.
stuff. She's all like super OCD about it. It's cool though.
Yep.
That's
Aggro.
cool.
Oh, that's a
But
cool
yeah,
one.
I had a whole box of Japanese. We bought a booster box and opened them, and I literally traded or let my wife trade them for plants. But it was probably like $400 worth of Pokemon cards, and the guy gave her like $1,200 worth of plants for it, just because it was a big box and he didn't want to look through it. So I was like,
Guess that's fair
I'll take the trade.
for you guys. Yeah.
Suffer off all the
She's
plants
pretty good at
die.
keeping those alive, I will say. Like,
I-
if anything ever
I
happens to
know,
her and
I
I have to
know.
take care of
I'm
them,
just
I'm
saying.
going to be so stressed because I know she's going to haunt me if I let them die.
Yikes.
You're literally gonna just watch
Yep,
$10,000.
Pretty
decay.
much. Pretty much.
Oh
That'd
man.
be rough.
Oh, so I had to go. So I went and helped a friend of mine. Well, my wife's friend. They had some health issues and stuff, and so she won a greenhouse. It's like a 20-foot greenhouse, and she asked if I'd come help put it together. So I helped put it together. Well, I went to go use the bathroom, and my daughter had went in there before. She goes, "Don't touch that button; it'll spray your butt." And undoubtedly, she
Don't touch it.
they have a bidet in there, and so I saw it. I didn't try it. I couldn't bring myself to try it. But so have either one of you used a
Wait, have you
That's
never?
okay, so that's what I was about to ask. Have either one of you used a bidet, and is it worth me trying?
So worth it. Absolutely.
I will.
So do you just use toilet paper?
Yeah, I've never used a bidet. Never touched one. I'd never
So
seen
nothing
one
else,
in
just
real
what-
life until that one.
So
Stare at
So
it
my
really
daughter-
hard, then press the button.
So
Look
my
at it
wife
head
walked
on.
in there. No, I think the lady who owns the house walked in there, and she said that my daughter was like, "Oh!" and she had accidentally hit the button when she got up from the seat, and it sprayed water, and it didn't go everywhere. It just enough to get the floor a little wet. But
That's
yeah, and so when I
hilarious.
walked in there, she's like, "Don't press that button; it spray your butt."
I've sprayed my wall before by accident, just not thinking.
that's funny.
Be totally zoned out and just like lifting the lever on
So,
mine
dude,
or
both-
whatever. Just,
I did the first time when I
Across the
installed
wall.
it. The
So
first
both of
time
y'all
I
have one?
tried it. Totally. Yeah. Dude, go look at.
we're high class,
Yeah.
bro.
You gotta see my TikTok video that I posted with it. It's great.
I'm
Check it out.
I'm concerned. Is this TikTok or OnlyFans? This is how you use it, guys. Swings a leg over.
Oh my god. Yeah, I never. So I was very curious if that's something that I should put on my bucket list or check out. She's like, "You use way less toilet paper."
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
I will say, if you want my opinion, my honest to God opinion, I was really reluctant to use it for a while. I was just not about it and didn't want to use it. I finally got on board with it.
So did
Honestly,
Jordan?
we had it for like a
So
year,
Jordan.
and it just took me to
Okay.
like, yeah, she wanted it, and then it took me, I'll say like 2-3 months ago, and I finally started using her or whatever. And it does take like a bit to get used to. I would just say in general, because like you kind of just blasting that booty hole with like cold water and whatnot. Even if you put it on the
I was
hot
about to say,
setting, the water that's in the line is still cold
I was about
until
to
it gets
ask, is
to
it
the
cold or
hot water.
hot?
Oh,
Like,
mine's cold.
don't.
Is it cold or hot generally?
What?
Mine's cold.
It can be both, but like you would have to like spray a bit to get to the hot water.
Yeah.
It's like think of turning it
Mine's
on your
just
sink
cold.
tap. You know what I mean? It kind of works.
Yeah, I
Is
don't have
it?
hot hooked up.
I just end up using the cold
Wakes you
water
up.
because I'd have to like use a cup and like catch the water for a minute and let it like cycle through the hot water. And then I'd get hot water. But regardless, your ass gets used to it, like it does to many things. It can take a beating, and I'm not saying that from experience. Don't read into that. Yeah, no, I think it's nice. It does better than toilet paper in the sense of cleanliness. Like it just gets rid of more of the aftermath after you're done doing your business. So it just what I personally do is use it and then I dab it to dry with like a little bit of paper towel and that's about it. But you do save paper towel and then it's a lot cleaner. You don't have any
Interesting.
aftermath.
Can I give you my honest
Yeah,
opinion?
let's hear it. Because I'm very curious. Y'all are
Please.
kind of selling me on it at this point, so I'm not sure which way to go. She said her thing was, if you got shit on your hands, you're gonna go wash them with water. You're not just gonna wipe them with a paper towel. So why wouldn't you do the same?
Dude, my opinion, you don't use something, you're monsters. At least, like,
What are you
Wet
saying?
wipes.
Just like not wipe your ass, not
No.
do anything, just drop
No,
a
no,
deuce
no.
You are a
and walk
monster.
away.
You're
if you just
psycho.
use toilet paper and that's it, you're an animal. Like,
Wait,
if you
repeat
just
that?
use toilet paper and that's it, you're animals. Like,
Okay.
no.
Oh, how long have you been on the bidet train?
Like 4 months maybe. I was an
So what did you
animal
use
We're
before?
on
Did
par
you
then.
use like the
We're-
dude
yeah, we
wipes
were
that are horrible for
cavemen.
your septic tank?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't wipe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. The robber coming in and
Did we?
Oh no, I remember you saying that the amount. I remember the robber coming in thing, but I mean, but before the bidet, did you use like dude wipes
Oh,
or
yeah.
something?
I did,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I used toilet paper, but I have used dude wipes when I had like.
They're
spicy
horrible. They're
butthole
horrible
days.
for your septic. Is why I don't buy them, and I'm not gonna throw it in the trash can like that. Even more disgusting
yeah,
in my
no,
opinion.
that's awful. Yeah, so
yeah,
just
that's pretty.
totally just walk
pretty rough.
around with stinky butt instead of throwing them in the trash. That's cool.
Toilet paper does a dang good job. That's what it was made for. It's better than a leaf
I mean, it's yeah,
or corn cob. They used to use corn cobs back
it's
in the
better
day.
than nothing.
Wow, this
Wow.
this
That sounds
this
horrible,
really
dude.
went to
I
the
hate
crusty end of the
that.
couch
Oh,
today.
I feel kind of good.
Digging deep.
Yeah, we're really hitting it with all the. I'm a lost for words now.
That cold water though.
Does it wake you up in the
Dude.
morning?
My wife, like the first few times, she was like, "Why do you scream in the bathroom every time you?" What's that like high pitched girly scream noise every time you're in the bathroom?
It's 3 in the morning.
Someone just breaking in our house? Is that Michael
That's
Jackson?
funny. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I will say, you like it. There's definitely like a learning curve, so to speak. Just in like it did take me a little bit to get used to it, and then you don't like
Okay,
second.
I
think it
believe that.
Yeah.
Then it's just like the old corn cob, you know. You don't even think about
that-
it. You just pick one up and use it.
Is
I
that
couldn't
what
bring
it's like?
myself to use somebody else's at someone else's house though.
No.
How was the cleanliness on that
A
opinion?
bidet? It
I
never
mean, it's
touches.
shooting the water away from itself, so it's not like it's.
I know,
sucking
but
the
what if
poo
there's-
in.
Go watch my TikTok and you'll know
Okay.
how cleanly it
Go
is.
on
Okay.
what?
Take a look.
My
Go on
TikTok.
what?
We'll take a look.
I'll send it to you guys.
You're gonna see every side of a bidet that you want and don't want to see on TikTok, in my opinion. So
Probably more of a don't. Oh,
Yeah.
define cleanliness.
Everything's brown, but the little holes that the water comes out of.
Its little spigot is the one
It's
tiny
white.
little
That's the only
spot
thing
that's
you can
clean.
see.
Oh, that's horrible. I mean, I don't know. As far as overall hygiene in the toilet bowl, it's a toilet bowl. I don't know how clean you're gonna get unless you're actually like cleaning that thing often in general. You know what I mean? Just the ejecting of your butt is creating germs and a bacteria riddled environment. You know what I mean? The germaphobes are gonna love this episode.
And I bet you.
Yeah. I hope you audio listeners
Yep. And
are
I
very visual.
hope you got hand sanitizer near. It might make you need to put some on.
I'm about to go eat dinner after
Damn.
this, so this is
I might have
great.
to send you a message
Really
to remind
appreciate
you.
it.
Oh, good thing his notifications don't
Thoughtful.
work. So I
don't.
guess. Let me think. I don't really. I don't know if I like this question, but I've seen it go around TikTok quite a bit. And what's your opinion on guys from either their significant other or just as signs of thank you should receive flowers or something like that? Because they're saying that flowers shouldn't just be for women. And then they did like a test study where like a guy went around and like gave different guys flowers and was like, here, this is actually for you. And a lot of the gentlemen were like, what? And like it caught them so off guard, and they were actually super happy about it. They're like, I've never gotten flowers in my life. So I guess, what's y'all's opinion on that? I'm curious. This is a new culture thing.
Do you think they actually were happy about it, or were they just like being nice?
That's the hard thing to say. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset.
I don't know if I know how to take it if it's
like,
from someone random.
Yeah. I would be like, oh, sweet, I can bring my wife flowers now. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for me, a compliment would be worth more than the flowers. What you thinking, Mac?
Dude, your brows.
I'm a shallow
Excellent.
bitch. Whose brows?
He's got these perfect brows, dude. Look at those things. Yeah. Work it.
Don't make him cocky, dude. He's gonna get cocky.
I'm gonna work on. By the way,
then he's gonna always want to run the podcast.
I'm gonna let
and
this
it's
grow
just
into
gonna
a
go out of
handlebar.
hand.
I got the permission from the wife. I'm gonna attempt it.
I'm gonna grow mine
We should
out
do
first.
it. Everybody do a handlebar.
I just shaved
Dude,
mine.
I've done it once before. It's so much
Is
work.
it?
But
I
I'll
want
do
to try
again.
it. I want to try it.
Just keeping it out of your mouth. The first, like, as it's growing, like, just a little bit longer, it's so hard.
I can't stand it touching my lip.
Like,
If I start balding, I have to bail. Because with my glasses and a curly mustache, I'm gonna look like I'm
dude,
up
that's
to no
awesome.
good.
Just,
I already have a mullet. It's already gonna look weird. Like,
Oh, jeez.
oh, jeez, yeah. As far as the flowers thing, I've received.
really?
Jordan has given me some.
wow.
I think it's it's nice. I think the gesture and everything is very nice. So like, I'm always thankful to receive anything from anyone.
Yeah.
So I feel like generally speaking, I don't know about the younger generation, but we're all likewise in age. So I feel like at least for us, we're more from the generation that's like, I don't know. At least for me, I can't speak on both of your behalves. Maybe a little bit more on Zeus's, but to the same degree, I know Zeus is the only child, so I'm not going to go on a tangent with everything. But I feel like typically guys don't receive as many gifts in general. Like don't really receive gifts after you move out from your parents' homes. It's unusual for you to receive gifts
That's
from your
true.
guy friends or anything like that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But like girls will, even for like their girlfriends' birthdays and stuff like that, even like platonic, it doesn't have to be a relationship. Might like take their girlfriend out and stuff like that. I think that type of thing is more unusual in a guy's environment. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's less likely. So I think guys in general would appreciate the sentimentality of the gift, regardless of what the gift is in general. I think flowers are nice. Now, if I'm going to be a shallow whore like I am, I like my practical things, so I really only buy stuff for myself that I use.
Yeah.
So if someone's gonna buy me a gift,
Right.
I'm not saying you have to buy me something that I'm gonna use. Like like I enjoy the sentiment,
Yeah.
but don't spend a lot of money. If you're gonna spend $300 on something I don't want, like I'm just gonna feel bad because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna use it. It's gonna collect dust, and then it's not practical to
Yeah.
me. I'm
Give something that's,
materialistic,
like,
but
means
not
more.
really.
Like
Yeah, I
flowers.
mean something that's small and more like thought put into it than like
Yeah.
a high value item. So like at the same time,
This is
roses
how
can be like a sentimental
women feel
thing too.
when we get them flowers. Like,
That's true. Okay, maybe.
it's- they're like,
I'm never
I
buying
mean, I
flowers
get
again.
that, but at the same time, not to like call us out, not to call us out. If every guy in the world has bought their ladies flowers, it's not a very unique gift.
yeah, that's what I'm
anymore.
saying. It's not thoughtful, like, at all.
No, it's
Yeah.
unreliable. I'm screwing. I'm calling the guys out right now. Sorry, fellas.
Yep.
I may have just
No,
screwed
no,
us right now.
that's true. I actually think
But,
of that now. Like, so I'll do
Being on
I'll
this
do
side of
flowers
it.
every so often. But usually I come home with like some sort of like snack or treat or drink or something. My wife usually wouldn't buy
Yeah.
for herself. Like she loves pumpkin pie, but she usually wouldn't buy it for herself. She would buy other stuff.
No.
And so usually I'll come home with like a pumpkin pie or some Reese's or a Dr. Pepper just because we don't keep soda around. We just don't drink soda. Yeah, so
Good choices,
That's
soda.
that's usually the route I
More
go.
meaningful.
I get that. I do. Me and Jordan both love to partake in stuffing our face until we regret everything we did, and then so I know like a good old reliable for her in particular is just a Coke. Like she'll be happy to get a Coke because she's kind of a soda-holic. But I'll agree with that for myself too. I drink a lot of soda, but I don't want to go into that because I'm gonna look like fucking white trash.
Dude, all I've had is Gatorade for the
I
past
just
year.
drink soda all day.
Mountain Dew.
What?
All I've had is Gatorade for the past year.
Oh, that's
So,
true.
Well,
He's probably peeing radioactive by now.
Yeah.
In the podcast, his skin's just gonna start turning blue, whatever color he drinks. You'll see
Like,
it just slowly.
I want to look fancy with this thing. It's just Gatorade.
that's
That's
a dope
Gatorade.
mug,
It's Gatorade, though. It's just, look.
What
There's
color
more, you know,
Gatorade?
the
I
grape
need to
one's
know.
good.
Okay.
Here.
I have to say the
All right. I was
The-
seeing if it was rupee
the
colored.
frost flavors are my favorite.
Yeah. I like the frosts.
Orange is
I
good.
just like orange.
Orange anything is good in my opinion.
That's the only one I really care for. I only like orange. I'll say orange sport drinks, but really I'm meaning Gatorade.
Yeah.
Is Powerade
I
even
love
around?
Powerade.
That shit's dead, right?
It's around.
It's still around?
It's not as good,
around?
though.
It's
Where the
in
hell
North
has it been
Carolina.
hiding?
Behind.
Well, it's down south then. Slightly
So do you
more,
like
'cause
Sunkist?
it's not up here, but I like orange No, I was gonna say I like orange Gatorade. Not a big fan of orange Sunkist. Is like Kool-Aid. If you ask me, it's not Kool-Aid, but it's like quality and like on level with like a
Yeah.
Lunchable and shit like that. It's just like it's trash, in my opinion. But I don't like orange juice either, though. I'm not a fan of orange juice, and I don't really like any kind of like I don't know, pineapple juice or any other kind of juice. I like apple juice, but that's sweet. That's not citrusy
Yeah.
in any way. So I don't. I like cranberry too, but that's kind of maybe more along the citrusy, but still kind of sweet. But yeah, no, that's the only thing I like orange wise.
Interesting.
Orange Tic Tacs.
Yeah,
Those
those
things
are good.
I'll eat a whole thing of them in like 10
That
minutes.
was, the Tic Tac thing was definitely out of nowhere. That was orange Tic Tacs.
You got excited
Wow,
about those.
you know how my
Oh,
brain
that was
works.
funny.
It doesn't.
I was
so.
hoping.
This podcast is running on 45 minutes though, so you guys have screwed me again for this week.
I think I made you talk a lot with some of my questions. So
We had some good ones.
I just end up talking,
we-
man.
everybody have a good day. That's the end of the podcast. We dug into some crusty spots today. Have a good one. There's your
This is a trash.
starter or ending, whichever you prefer.